I was laid off from a company after working there for 13 years. I worked my way all the way from the bottom, all the way up to the top.
If you're gonna fire somebody, fire them when they come in before they start their shift. Well, you could have clearly fired me before I clocked in or before I even got here over a phone call.
Laid off last December, not this December, December 2024. I'm this close to signing up to be in the military.
So obviously getting laid off from a job is never a pleasant experience, and you know, these are people's livelihoods that you're playing with. So today I found the best clips showcasing what the job market is really like right now and the reality of people getting laid off. And you won't want to miss the insane last few clips.
Happy New Year. I just got laid off. Yeah, that's never happened to me before, so I guess new life experiences, right? If anybody has any advice, it'd be great.
I feel deeply sorry for anyone, including this woman who has just gotten, you know, laid off or fired, because it's always a hard time, and especially right after in the first couple days, you really just need to take a minute to kind of process what happened.
Laid off last December, not this December, last December, December 2024, right after I got married. And then I got a job this last August after being unemployed for like 8 months. And then I also got laid off from that job. So it's going great. It's going great. If anyone knows anything about how to get a job in this economy, in this type of, is the worst field to be in is probably sales and marketing, but here I am. Unfortunately, that's what my degree is in, and unfortunately, that's the only experience I have. So if some person tells me to go back and spend more to go into more debt for another degree that might work, maybe, possibly, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, because that's not useful. I'm this close to signing up to be in the military.
So this woman has been out of college for, you know, about a year and a half now, and really she's been unemployed for most of that time because she simply just can't find a job in her field.
I do have to regretfully inform you that you're being let go from this company. All I ask is that you submit all of our company devices to our office, otherwise you will not be formally let go.
Okay, can I ask why? This seems like really random.
Well, you were off last week when a project was due. You did not submit it. You didn't tell us anything. It's very negligent on your part.
Okay, I didn't have any projects due last week. You said you were gonna do them, and you approved me for PTO.
I do not remember approving you for PTO. It was definitely assigned to you. I can see it on my notes right here.
Okay, well, I have the transcripts from those meetings, so I can send them to you for you to see.
Sure, send that over. Although that's likely not gonna change anything.
Okay, I just sent it.
Because I remember. Okay, so I do see that I was supposed to do it, so I do apologize. I also apologize that I did approve your PTO, and I just don't remember. Perhaps next time changes like this are made, please re-emphasize it on another email and a text message to me. You know that I don't remember things that go on in the meetings. Sometimes I'm too busy. So I'm gonna take this firing back. You get to stay on our team, and especially during these holidays, I'm very excited to have you back. It's a pleasure working with you. You're an incredible employee. You should be really excited and honored to be working with me again.
Okay, yeah, I'm actually just gonna be done before the holiday. This, environment is too toxic for me. I'm over it. So I'm just gonna resign. And when they ask me why I wanted to quit during my exit meeting, I'm gonna show them all the transcripts, because this lady's literally crazy.
So honestly, keeping your job right now is probably the best thing you can do, but in this situation, you know, that lady was pretty crazy. The fact that she apologized for approving her PTO is just a huge spit in the face.
Within a case like this, I feel like it is hard, because I wish I was given the chance to show how dedicated I am to this position, because I love it, and I get that there can be a miscommunication, especially being remote. But I mean, I've loved my job. I've represented to the best of my ability. I have so many great relationships within the Walmarts in Dallas, and I know that'll be hard that they won't see my face, because, you know, I text them, I call them, we're really cool. And I just feel like moving forward for the other people on the team, I think they deserve some one-on-one meetings and maybe more expectations set so that they don't overthink and they feel more comfortable within their position.
Like Mom said, I appreciate all you've done, and we'll have to probably end the call here, but please reach out to Amanda, probably is your best contact going forward for any of that information, and she'll probably send over a note to you later today with kind of all the details. So, all right, thanks, Kat.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So honestly, it sounded like a true miscommunication happened, and that company probably just wanted to lay off people but disguised it as her getting fired.
This is why you have to stop playing with people. If you're gonna fire somebody, fire them before they come in. Fire them when they come in before they start their shift. This lady worked her whole entire third shift, then went and set up breakfast for all the customers, and then after she did that, y'all fired her. So she crashed the out. Now, was she right or was she wrong? In my opinion, baby, I'm gonna say she right, because you didn't work me a whole third shift, and then I set up breakfast, and then after I do all of that, you fire me? Well, you could have clearly fired me before I clocked in or before I even got here over a phone call. She crashed the out, and I agree with her. Stop playing with people.
I mean, obviously that lady had a crazy reaction, but I completely agree with the commentator, right? You should fire someone before they come in and, you know, not after they do a bunch of work on their shift.
I just got laid off. I'm like in shock right now. I was showering and I joined a global PTUD, all hands like 5 minutes late, and I get slacks from my entire team. Are we getting laid off? And then it's the CEO explaining to me about how our Q4 performance was poor and how he would like personally make sure that we would be fine, whatever. Like, you know, typical like I'm the CEO, just got laid off speech. And then the Zoom ended. Mind you, I was online, I joined for like a minute, and then immediately I get logged out of Slack and all my Google Calendar, email, and everything. So I'm kind of freaking out right now. I'm pretty sure I just got laid off. I'm trying to sign in. All my logins aren't working, so I have no way to communicate with anyone on my team, my boss.
It always is frustrating when a boss or CEO like this makes a decision to fire a bunch of employees because of performance. It really isn't always in the employee's hands about how performance goes, and it probably wasn't even his fault.
So I'm not getting promoted? I'm getting promoted to customer.
So are you saying your badge or your vest?
I can't keep the vest? Why can't I keep it?
And I need you to look out for the vest.
Actually, Diana, you don't fire me, I quit. No, I quit.
Okay, well, give me your vest.
Say I quit.
Give me your
Hey, seriously, get the vest off and the badge. Let's go. Like, we ain't got all day for this.
Sir, I'm not liking the attitude. You know what? I quit. Where do I go?
Home?
But the bus took me here.
We'll take it back.
What you mean? I'm stopping. Man, so y'all don't see my talents?
You could just tell that that guy was trying to make the best out of the situation and, you know, not get sad right then and there. But I mean, the fact that he took the bus to work and now has to go all the way home is just super sad. I mean, they should have told him over the phone at least.
Guess who got laid off from their job today? Yes, me. You guessed right. And I'm only smiling because I'm trying to stop from having a full-on mental break. I literally just started this job last month. Can you believe it? But that's okay. I just take this as a sign that it was not for me, sadly, and bigger and better is coming. So prepare to be flooded with videos because I have nothing else to do in the meantime while I'm searching for another job. I guess it's new year, newly unemployed. But anyways, follow your girl because the content finna be dropping like crazy. Alright, bye.
So I think the absolute worst scenario is when you literally just start a job. Like she said, she started last month and they already laid her off. Like, genuinely, why did you do the hiring in the first place?
I was gonna ask for PTO in March. I think I got it. It's January 5th, 2026, and I just got laid off of my corporate job at 5:05 p.m. I clocked out, and then I got laid off. And then she's like, do you want to meet in the middle so you can give me like our stuff and whatever? And I'm like, girl, I have nothing but time nowadays, I guess. So I'll just drop it off. I don't mind. I'm sure you're a lot busier than I am, as a matter of fact. I'll just be hunting for a job. Like, how do I apply for unemployment? Is that a thing? What job do I go do now? We all know corporate life is like so hard to get into right now. I fought for months to get this corporate job. I'm like frustrated about a million different things right now. But mostly probably the fact that I have no money anymore. What am I to do? Like, there's honestly nothing I can do about it, so I can't just sit here and be upset and sad and cry and complain like I've been doing. Like, cheer up, Buttercup. Nothing you can do. Like, there's just nothing I can do. Anyways,
I think the attitude that she has is great because obviously there is nothing that you can do about it after you get laid off. So really all you can do is move on to the next thing and keep looking.
It's a nice house for a $5 tip.
Nice house like this and you only tip $5? A delivery driver just got fired after complaining about a tip on doorbell camera, and the internet is divided. Here's what went down in Texas. Lacey Percival ordered pizza and left a $5 tip on her $22.78 order. That's actually 22% gratuity, way above the standard 10 to 15%. But the driver wasn't happy. He looked straight into her doorbell cam and said,
It's a nice house for a $5 tip.
Nice house like this and you only tip $5? Lacey was furious, called it extremely rude, and reported him immediately. The delivery company reviewed the footage, fired the driver on the spot, and gave Lacey $80 in credit as an apology. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Experts say $5 is actually generous for small orders, and the minimum should be $3 to $5. The driver's message to Lacey? If you're not happy with your pay, find a better job. But people are split. Some say he was out of line. Others say delivery workers are underpaid and deserve more. So what do you think? Was she cheap or was he ungrateful? Drop your honest opinion below.
I mean, he probably could have kept it to himself, but at the end of the day, I do think that delivery drivers are underpaid and a lot of these apps just take the profits. So unfortunately, a lot of these delivery drivers after expenses end up making less than minimum wage.
Unfortunately, your employment with Hill will be terminated effective immediately through the end of the month. And Tori is available to help with any questions or processes moving forward.
Can I ask why I'm being let go today?
Yes, we had the 90-day period, and in the end, we were just thinking it wasn't a great fit.
Can I ask for reasonings as to why you did not think it was a good fit?
Yeah, the publication went out late. It went out with typos. The design wasn't necessarily a good fit for the publication.
Every step along the way, I met my requirements, and quite honestly, a lot of the reasonings as to why it was late was dependent upon you, and I received materials often late from you, as well as not being able to control every ad thing that came in. And I've honestly been on top of everything. I have asked considerable amounts of being able to access things such as the production email to help these things get out more on time. And every step of the way, I was met with roadblocks and being told no. I received very little feedback from you, and often there were times where I did reach out to you without being told anything or having any reply or response whatsoever.
Thank you for the feedback.
It's been lovely working with you, Kendall. I cannot say the same for you, Julie. Have a great day.
So honestly, maybe it's better that she isn't working there anymore because it did seem super toxic. But in my eyes, I think it is very clear that this woman had to learn a completely new job. She wasn't really given a fair period to do so. And I have no idea why you would even hire when you have a hostile work environment like this and expect everyone to know everything. So obviously this was a drastic reaction, but at the end of the day, you are playing with people's livelihoods.
I'm gonna go through your severance and next steps for benefits. While today is your last day, you do have 8 weeks of severance, okay? So during that time, you will still be paid by, you will still have full access to benefits coverage.
I would like I guess a more detailed explanation of my performance not being up to par. I guess considering I was trying to get feedback more and everything like that.
Your LT did say that you did show improvement. There is improvement that has happened over the last 8 weeks. However, it's still inconsistent and still not at the level that we're expecting to see, given your tenure and given the performance warning period. So, sorry, I'm just gonna ask a quick question. And so when you say inconsistent, that essentially means that we may see calendar management maybe spike and be well, but then it kind of drops or something to that effect, right? So we're just not seeing that consistent level of service that we're hoping to see.
I'm not sure what else to say there.
So I don't think I have to say it, but you know, getting laid off is not a fun process, and you can just see that in this woman's eyes. At least she did get the severance package though.
I feel like a loser so bad. I'm still unemployed. I still have no job, and I still got laid off 3 days ago. Yeah, girl. Today am going to be doing something I definitely shouldn't be doing because I am in fact unemployed and have no source of income right now. I'm honestly fighting every second of every day to suppress the feeling of feeling like a loser. Not to say that not having a job makes you a loser, but that's just how, like, I feel like I have no purpose right now and I'm not doing anything like for myself or anyone else. But it's only been 3 days and I know it's going to be a lot longer than 3 days till I get a job, so I need to like keep suppressing that feeling. But it's like I cannot help but feel it. It's misery.
So I don't think this woman is a loser or anything less for getting laid off. It's a very common thing, especially in today's economy, but it does make sense why she might feel a little bit down for a couple of weeks.
So this girl works for Kentucky Fried Chicken and they just fired her out the blue for no reason, she said. I just saw a video where the girl employed at Kentucky Fried Chicken, she was tearing up everything, throwing food everywhere and cursing the manager out. And the manager actually, he wasn't behind the counter, he was in front of the counter. I think he was calling the police on her. But what I can't understand, and I could tell the way she was acting, she was hurt, and I went in the comments and she said she gave her all to their job. I don't know why they fired her or whatever, but she said she was working doubles and different stuff. You know, she really gave her all to their job. But we all know when you get a certain age, especially them jobs like that don't pay you probably no more than $7 to $10 an hour average, they don't give a damn about you for real. They'll make you feel like you're important because they be wanting your ass to stay when don't nobody show up for work. And I can't understand why these managers let people come way to work. I ain't never gonna understand this. You let people come way to work and fire them. Can somebody explain that to me?
So like I said earlier, I do despise when managers make their employees come all the way out to work just to fire them like they couldn't have said beforehand on the phone. And this is a prime example of showing that even if you give your all to a job, unfortunately, you know, not the best things may be reciprocated back. But guys, you will not want to miss this insane last.
So I was laid off from a company after working there for 13 years. I did not have a degree to work for that company. I worked my way all the way from the bottom all the way up to the top. And I feel like when you work with the company for a long period of time, eventually you become a liability because you're gonna start making more than what's allotted for your position. And when that happens, even if people love you or not, they're gonna be like, well, we could bring in someone and pay them way less. And that's exactly what happened to me, and I'm realistic, so I completely understand. But then I also thought that it just wouldn't happen to me because I'm like, nah, they love me. They not finna. What?
This is honestly one of the most heartbreaking positions that I see people in when they work at a company for years. I mean, this woman worked there for 13 years, and it's just really not fair, especially when you give your all to a job. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Like and subscribe and comment which moment was the craziest, and I'll see you in the next one.